Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille 15. It's a tier 10 German tank destroyer, and this one's on the north spawn of Malinovka under the command of Awppenheimer. And there's 3 marks on his barrel, so we're in for a good match, I think. Now, he's actually platooned with one of the other tanks in this game. He's with Bolt, the best dirt. Is that the best dirt guy? Not sure. Yes, best dirt shooter. And he's also, this is a tier 10 game, he's in the 113. There he is, just off to our left. Now, the Grille's 15cm gun, 63 barrels long, barrel widths long, caliber long, and it's got alpha damage of 750, which is quite impressive. But it's built on the chassis of the Panther tank, which is very, very light and virtually no armor protection really whatsoever. So anything that touches the chassis at this tier is likely to go through. Well, we've stopped whilst Bolt is headed up the hill with the rest of the heavies. And that's because as a tank destroyer, we're best suited to sniping the enemy from a concealed position. And we're looking at an FB215B183. That's a Death Star, and he's actually headed up towards the church. And there's a T100 LT in the enemy team, a light tank, the Soviet light tank, made it into the dip area, and a shot's been taken at him, but once the tank gets into that dip, it can be very difficult to dislodge. Well, that TVP T5051 thinks that he can dislodge him because he's actually taking up a position from where he can actually snipe at that T100 as he pops up, and also hit the enemy if he can. Okay. Well, I promise that it will get more interesting in this game. We're just looking at trees at the moment and that TVP. As you may know, the TVP's got the ability to unload 4 shells in 4.5 seconds and do 1200 hit points of damage in the process. So it's a very deadly medium tank, but it's got virtually no armor and it takes an awful long time to reload those shells. So if he does fire those 4 shots off, you'll get a little warning that they're coming, and then you'll suddenly find you're missing 1200 hit points, but then you can shoot at him because he won't be able to fire back. Oh, now he fired at that object 140, and unfortunately all he did was track him. But we're picking up some damage assist because he was tracked, and we've got a 15-second reload. We fire another round in, but he dropped down into the dip just before our shell got to him. TVP's gone down to attack that object 140. Oh, he took a hit, but you can see he's unloading his 4 shells in, and now he's in reload. And unfortunately, there's nobody to support that TVP at the moment, so he is taking damage. And we fire around at that object 140, and again we don't penetrate. So we're going to have to go down and help him, otherwise he is going to expire from the shells coming from that 140. In fact, actually, there's a M48 Patton over there as well, but he's actually behind a rock, I think. And we've lost our TVP. It was the object 140 who got him. As I mentioned, you know, it's such a long reload. If the enemy gets a chance, they will put the shells into you once you've unloaded your magazine, and if you can't get away, you're going to be toast. That T100 LT is still popping up occasionally to do a quick look, find out where everyone is. And Awppenheimer's not going to engage just yet, but he's just having a quick look round, see where everyone is. There's the pattern. Now he can hit him. And he gets a good hit. It's a low roll, 725, but that pattern is now thinking twice. That strips over a ridgeline, can't hit him. No, we can't get the strip. He's just shaking the reticule, see if he's popped up over the ridgeline, but no, he is actually below the ridgeline at the moment. The nearest tank spotting for us is a T110E4. That's an American tier 10 tank destroyer. Well, we're not doing too well at the moment with 2 tanks down on the enemy, but we have conquered most of the hill. And the Object 140 just got wiped out. He was taken out by our AMX 13105 from near up the hill. Just having a quick look to see where everyone is. That's the T110E4. That's the one with the turret that can only turn 90 degrees to the left or the right. It's got a very, very hard front. And we put up a video about that one the other day, played by Captain Ashstorm, and he took a huge amount of damage and blocked a huge amount of damage, but our T110E4 was taken out by the Arty on the enemy team, a T92 HMC. And we've just lost our GWE 100 to the strip. And there's that T100. And he's just got into the dip, and we lost our AMX 13105. The T62 further off. Ah, we've got a shot on him. Just fires around in, but doesn't get a hit. Okay, we're loaded. Quick look to see where everything is. There's the T100. Oh no, missed it, but the T100 is wiped out by our FB4005. But now we've got a problem. That pattern is moving, and it looks like he's near the cap, or in the cap. We're loaded. Fires around in. Oh, he got him! Line shot kill. M48 pattern. He lost the sighting on where it was, but he did fire the round in, following where it was going, and he actually got the hit. Now we can definitely do this strip. Yep, 793, a high roll. He's a one shot, I think, now. Pretty sure he is. And the ship on the FD4005 is spotting for us on some of these shots. But I think we're probably going to have to do our own spotting now. Yep, there he is, the strip. Just see the top of his tank. And he's wiped out by the FD4005. Okay, so we don't need to reveal ourselves anymore. And the scores are now, well, 5 tanks on the enemy team, 4 an ounce, but they do have an Arty. And it's that T92 HMC. They also have a Grille and a Shipman and a Death Star. On our team, we've got the 113 from Bolt, 907, the FB4005 and Awppenheimer in the Grille 15. But of course, as you know, Awppenheimer is a Unicum and he's in a platoon, so I think he's more than likely going to be a match for some of these enemies. You can see the Bolt's actually lost quite a lot of hit points. And the 907 has gone quite deep. There, he's actually at the midpoint on the hill, just behind the bush, so he's spotting for us. Oh, we just lost Bolt, and it was their Grille that got him. And that tends to indicate that they've got somebody on the reverse slope shooting back up at the hill, and he saw Bolt and took him out. We're going to have to be careful here. The 907 might be able to spot for us. Big question is, has the enemy Grille come up onto the hill? Well, I think Awppenheimer, seeing that T62 approaching the FB4005, It's decided, yep, everyone back to the cap as quickly as possible, because that T62 could run rings around the FP4005, do serious damage to him. Well, the FP4005 turned the tables and took him out, but the enemy T92 got the FP4005, so we're now down to 2 versus 4. You can see that 907, 18 hit points is all he's got left. It's a big reach, but I'm sure that they can do it. Knocking down a tree does give the Arty an indication. There's the Grille. Okay, get shots. No, not yet. Oh, he's not popped up yet, but he is. You can see he's just on the other side of that ridge line. I don't think he can see us because we've knocked down enough greenery. And that 907's in a lot of danger. He needs to get this side of the ridge line. Okay, well, they're both going to use the trees for cover. And in a sense, this is quite good because the enemy, they're going to have to come in and dig them out. And that means the enemy do have to expose themselves to fire as they're coming down the hill or as they're approaching from the east or from the south. He's got 2 shots of HE. And HE is the best thing against the Grille because, of course, as I said, lightly armoured. These rounds have got the capability of doing 950 alpha. So potentially they could even do 1,000 hit points of damage. And he's asking, Awppenheimer's asking what the view range of the 907 is. And he says 471 or thereabouts. And he's saying it's about the same. Okay, now here comes the Grille. Him up. Yes, 976. It's a high roll, and he is now 1 shot. If we can get a good high roll or average roll. We lost sight of him there just for a second. Can we get sight of him again? Yes, we can. We're loaded. He went behind the church. Just fire through that gap, and he's gone the other side of it. He knows that he's in cover while he's that side. Might be able to get shots on him. Just need to check and see, is anything coming up from the south? Yes! Their FP4005 is coming up from the south. And we're loaded with an HE round. We fire one in, it's 856, it's a low roll, but we're loading AP now. There's the wreck of the GWE 100 behind us. Get another shot. No, and the Grille has been taken out by the 907, and we take out the ship barn. So it's now 2 versus 2, and the enemy only has that Death Star and their Arty, the T92 HMC. But he's got 4 kills, so he's quite a good player. Okay, that's got rid of 2 of the most dangerous enemies in the game. 907's going out ahead again. Oh, we were spotted, so something close, and there's the ship barn. And he's got a long reload. Yes, 674, but it's a low roll. Now, can the 907 capitalise on that long reload? No, he gets taken out by the Arty. The Arty worked out where he was, saw him, and took him out. Now, I think really we're going to have to go in now and deal with that Death Star. He knows where we are. We're using the bush mechanic, and the Death Star is no more. Which means that the T92 didn't see where we were, but obviously our 6th sense beacon is going. So we need to change course, otherwise the T92 is going to work out where we're headed. Of course, he's got a long reload as well. And the clock's ticking. There's only 13 seconds left on the clock. We've got to find this Arty and wipe him out in the next 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. We found him. 3, 2, 1. And yes, we get the kill with only a second to spare. And that's a win. What an amazing game. And here's the results. It's a first-class tanker for Awppenheimer in the Grille 15. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. And a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He only got 9. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up any other awards. But wow, the win 8 was 8,032 in that game. And he won it for his team with the last split second of the game. And that was pretty amazing. Very tense towards the end. And he said, by the skin of my teeth. Well, it was a lot closer than that. I think we're going to have to work out exactly when you killed that last enemy and exactly when the win was declared, because I think it was less than a second from the clock ticking out and you did it just in time. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he got the highest amount of damage. Why he didn't get the high caliber, I do not know. He did 5,889 hit points of damage in that game. The next highest score on damage was the 113 Bolt, the best dirt digger or dirt shooter. He managed to get, is that his name? Yes, best dirt shooter. He managed to get 5,427 hit points of damage. And then we've got the Object 907, who did play a very valiant game. He got 4,870 hit points, and he picked up a Confederate as well. When it came to kills, it was the T92 HMC on the enemy team. He managed to get 5 kills when taking out that 907 towards the end, whereas Awppenheimer managed to get 4, and then obviously the FV4005 managed to get 3. And when it came to base XP, it was the 907 who did the most. He got more spotting damage, 1,045 base experience points. Then Awppenheimer with 1,009. And also Bolt, he managed to get the same, 1,009. Now, I believe we did state the win 8 for Awppenheimer. We can see that Bolt, the best shooter, he got 3,681. And we can see as well, his damage assistance was 304. Damage assistance. If we look at the 907 to see how much he earned, well, there you go. That's why he got the high base XP. He got 1,458 damage assistance during the game, so he spotted for his team quite a bit. He did end up with 3,962 in the end before he was killed. So let's have a look at the detailed report. Awppenheimer fired 14 rounds during that game. He got 11 direct hits and 9 penetration. Damage of 5,889 hit points, of which 2,994 were at more than 300 meters. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle during that game, which was, of course, the T92. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did damage assistance of 577 hit points. He got 13 defense points by taking out the Striv, and I think it was the pattern, the M48 pattern, whilst they were capping. On a premium count, he earned 60,471 credits. And because he used standard ammo throughout either AP or HE, he didn't use his heat rounds at all, he actually ended up with 22,980 for ammo resupply, which meant he took a profit of 37,491. On the bond side, he earned 11 bonds for the battle, tier 10 battle, and he also picked up 1,513 XP, times 4 for the first victory of the day, took away 6,054 experience points altogether, but what an end to that battle. Wow. I've seen some close victories in my time, and that goes again into the book. I've seen Zoe Balls win with a last-second win with an Arty. And I've seen many other people take it down just to the wire, but this one I think was probably one of the closest ones I've ever seen, and I will look it up later and find out how close it was and try and put that in the notes underneath the video just to see exactly how long it took right at the end, just before the clock ticked out. But I think it was almost less than a second. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.